The streets inside Fukushima Daiichi can feel like the world's strangest business park. The business here is managing a nuclear disaster. Inside the earthquake-proof building, we gear up to see for ourselves what they're doing on a tour of the plant.
So here we are outside reactors 1, 2, 3 and 4. 3 of those reactors, of course, melted down. This is very much the epicenter of Japan's nuclear disaster.
3 years ago, the magnitude 9 earthquake killed external power, the tsunami swamped backup generators, and the lack of cooling caused 3 reactor meltdowns. Now the control room for reactors 1 and 2 already has the feeling of a museum, where a losing battle was fought against the coming catastrophe. Reactor 5 wasn't running when the wave hit. Now it's a test bed for methods to check and eventually repair the inaccessible reactors, whose identical basements contain a radioactive cocktail of flooding groundwater and leaking coolant water.
Our first priority is the contaminated water over decommissioning the plant. If we don't do this properly, the people will continue to worry.
One option, what they're testing here, freezing the soil around the reactors to prevent the groundwater from flowing in. But even if it works, it's a year away. In the meantime, they build more temporary tanks. 40 a month is this year's target. But the more tanks, the more complex and unwieldy it all becomes. Last month, human error led to a spill of 100 tons of radioactive water.
If you go through this site, as you've seen today, they're going to have additional problems. What's important is that TEPCO knows how to address them, deal with them, communicate with the public, and make sure it's safe.
For now, the situation puts huge stresses on the men and women who work here, like Shohei Yoshida, today helping me with my mask, last year working on water decontamination.
I hear these days that the system is having problems again. When I worked on it, I was mentally fatigued. I wouldn't know what could go wrong with parts that I didn't know about. It's beyond our imagination. That is why all the operators had such a hard time.
We followed Yoshida and his wife as they checked on their abandoned home inside the exclusion zone. He's nearing the maximum allowable radiation exposure for workers and admits to being exhausted.
I think he feels responsibility more strongly than others. He can't just take it easy. I wanted him to quit, but each time he found a reason not to.
3 years on, this disaster is still exacting a heavy cost on a national level and on a personal one. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Fukushima Daiichi, Japan.